Welcome back to another episode. And guys, today we're going to dive into Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead. I had a chance to sit down last night, check this out on Netflix, and what do I think about it, guys? I think it's good. Is it perfect? No, it's definitely not perfect. Right off the bat, I would say for me, this is a 7 out of 10. But that 7, it's a borderline, catch me on the right day, it's going to be a borderline 7. I mean, and I like Zack Snyder's films, but it's a good film. It's just not a great film. My problem, and something I'm going to say right now too, is this film runs about 2.5 hours. I think this film could have easily had a half hour shaved off of it. Sometimes with Zack Snyder's longer films, it works. With this one, there are times where it just seems like it could just drag on just a little bit too much, and it probably could have been cut down at least a good half hour. Maybe not, if not a half hour, at least a good maybe 15-20 minutes shaved off of this. Would have made this move a little bit better. But overall, I think it's a good film. How's it look? Visually, it looks good. There's absolutely no doubt about it. CGI wise, you've seen in the trailer, you have the CGI tiger. It looks good. From the trailers don't do it justice. It looks a lot better once you see it in action within the movie. It looks better. Dave Bautista's character. Batista, I'm telling you, he's grown as an actor. Is he going to win any awards? I don't think he's going to win any awards, guys. But he has definitely gotten better. He's definitely not somebody that, being a wrestling fan, watching him over the years, I never really felt that he would be able to translate over to, films. But he's done a good job. And, I mean, proved me wrong with, playing Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy. But with this film, he's the main character in this film. There's nobody else who's going to be. Maybe you have another couple characters but he is the main. As far as name wise, he is the big guy. He is the big gun in this game, in this movie, and he does a good job. He does. One element, and I'm going to say, like I said, I like Zack Snyder's films. Where they're going to go with this, are they going to have sequels to this film? It definitely, maybe spoilers, guys, but it definitely, it does, there are things that lead up to, at the very end that could, potentially spill into sequels for this film. But overall, I think it's a good film, not a great film. It sounds good, it looks good, in 4K. And as far as the story goes, this is where I think the premise is there. I really, really do, guys. I think the idea of a heist movie, but taking place within a zombie apocalypse, is great. It's a great idea. When you think about, I think of it, to me, thinking of somebody saying, hey, basically you have this gentleman who owns this casino, and $200 million is in a safe, in a vault, within this casino, underneath the ground. And his thing is, he's already made a claim to the insurance company. He's already got his $200 million back that he lost, when Las Vegas was, basically just quarantined and shut off to everybody else. Because basically, you'll see in this film too, there's a time limit. Basically, they have to get in and try to get out because Nevada, and Vegas, especially, is about to just be nuked and completely wiped off the face of the map, and basically trying to get rid of this zombie, this zombie infection. So basically what he has is he hires this group and says, listen, I've already been paid by the insurance company. I want to get this money back anyway. So he's kind of, trying to get a little bit, trying to get extra money out of this. But he says, I'll give you this much money. You do this job, $200 million, $50 million, you can divide up amongst your crew. But the rest I'm getting back, but the other 50 you can have. So that's basically where Dave Bautista's character has to go, and he's like a military guy, and he's recruiting people he trusts, people he knows, and along the line, they bring in some other characters as well. But I think, right there, I think the premise would have been great. This guy trying to get some, trying to get back, get that money back, and just having a group of mercenaries, basically, for hire to go in and try to do this job with just straight up. I don't care whether it be slow zombies, running zombies. That doesn't, the running zombies, that doesn't bother me. But there are some elements in the film that I think, because you have basically in the film, you have different class of zombies. you have like the alpha zombies, which are they're the ones you see in the trailer who are smart. That they're organized, they work together, and a lot of it is based within that that group of zombies. Then you have the ones they call the shamblers. They're basically like the slower moving ones, and ones that aren't going to be. They're not as smart. Basically, they're not as equipped and organized as the alpha group. So when you have these different, and there are other things that are. I mean, I actually was just watching today. There are some people explaining it like on YouTube, watching and seeing like different things that I might have missed, because there are different elements that Zack Snyder does put into this that you really got to pay attention. He's mentioning like other things or potential things for other films. So that's definitely something you want to watch out for within this film. But overall, it's fun. It was a good Saturday night watch. Definitely not disappointed that I watched it. I think it's will I pick it up when it comes out? If it does come out in 4K, absolutely. I definitely will. Again, be on Netflix. Will it get a release? That's something that I'm not too sure about. But if it does, I will definitely pick it up and support Zack Snyder in that case. But again, just realize that, for me personally, I would have liked to see a straightforward, they go in, do this job. You're obviously going to lose some characters along the way. But, Zack Snyder, he's adding some more elements into this that, aren't, usually seen in a zombie film. And, it does work. There are things that definitely do work. There's, again, going into some spoilers. And I'm going to put in the description too, guys. There will be some spoilers, that I'll throw. Not a lot. There's nothing that's really going to, ruin the film or anything. But, you see Batista, he wants to bring his daughter along with him to go into the quarantine, into this area, zombie-infected area. She's going in to find a woman, a friend of hers, who went in there, trying to basically find some money of her own because she has 2 kids. So she's trying to get this money so she can take care of her children. She goes missing. So Batista's daughter, she wants to go in there before this bomb is dropped on Vegas. And I'm going to say right now, she gets in the way a lot. Like, she's not, not like a young girl or anything like that. I would say maybe like 20 to 22 years old. But she's one of those characters kind of like, you don't need her in the movie. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things that it kind of, there are things that she does that kind of, mess things up within the film. But overall, it's still an enjoyable film. Definitely worth checking out if you have Netflix, guys. Definitely, you don't want to miss out on checking this one out. If you're a Zack Snyder fan, zombie fan, doesn't matter. Definitely check it out. So again, guys, I would say, for me, a 7 out of 10. So, like, subscribe, and comment if you get the chance, and I'll catch you guys in another video. Take care.